everyone. Welcome to Kindness Rising. I'm Matthew Roof, Young Common Kindness Guy, and I'm here with your morning dose of humanity, hope, and heart. I come here every day, every weekday, 7:30 a.m. to bring you Kindness Rising. We're part of the Mornings in the Lab network, getting the day started for the network, leading into the morning show with Keith and Friends. It's going to be a great week. I'm really looking forward to it. I can't believe we're on our second week of Kindness Rising. And this week we have a really exciting new element for our show. We're going to be talking about cultural references, music, fashion, art, all kinds of things that change the world. And here on Kindness Rising, we're going to have our kind song of the day. So as I go through the show, we talk about the theme. Maybe you want to think about what song I might be playing and talking about at the end of the show. But be sure to keep an ear out for it. Today's theme is peace. Peace is really important to me, and it's a really important part of kindness. In order to have kindness, we have to have peace. We have to have peace within ourselves. Hopefully peace within our world, peace with our friends, with our family. It's what brings us the ability to think clearly, to bring our best selves to the table every day, and to really show our kindness to the world. We're going to talk a little bit about peace, talk about my personal journey of peace. We'll talk about organizations that are using peace to add value to the world, to add value to their organizations. We'll talk a little bit about our kindness call we all do, because without the action, there won't be peace, there won't be kindness. So we have to move from thought to action with our kindness call. So let's get right into it. I want to talk a little bit about my journey to peace. Throughout my life, I've been a people pleaser. I've been a conflict avoider. I've really thought that peace was the absence of conflict. That in order to be safe and bring my best self, I needed to just avoid anything that had to do with any kind of conflict, avoid fights. That might come as a surprise to some people, since I was involved in hockey, I was involved in football, all those things that typically equal conflict and violence or whatever. But really, I was a conflict avoider. It took me a long time through my therapeutic journey, through self-reflection, through a variety of activities within myself to understand that peace isn't the absence of conflict. Conflict is okay, but peace does come from a feeling of self-worth, a feeling of really being true to your values and true to your purpose. Keeping the peace at all costs and just ends up costing you, and that's not what we want to do. If we stay quiet, it doesn't necessarily keep everyone happy. That's something that I've worked on in my relationships. I used to run away from the conflicts, and try to escape. I escaped through a variety of ways. I escaped physically by retreating either down into the basement or going for a walk or whatever the case may be. I retreated through substances by numbing my emotions. I retreated through other forms of self sabotage. But that's not really peace. That wasn't peace. That was really just anxiety dressed up as harmony, right? So it's a complex thing, but we really just want to break through that idea that just staying quiet is going to be uh, um, a way towards peace. What peace really requires is boundaries. It's not aggression. It's not fighting. It's establishing the your values within yourself, within your own self worth. And clear and constructive boundaries that honor your values, honor the relationships. It's quite okay to say, this isn't working for me, or you want to be compassionate to the other person, but you have to be able to say what works within yourself. I'm still learning that. Trust me, I make a ton of mistakes. I still fall onto some of those old habits, and we all do. But the thing is, again, it's self-awareness. It's really realizing that these are the places that you go to, and stepping through them, but with while remaining keeping those boundaries within yourself and being true to yourself. And research, I always like to talk about research. This is not just feelings. This is not just my opinions on things. These are things that have been truly looked into and researched and understood by major organizations. There's neuroscience behind all of it. It's all inside of our heads, inside of our brains, inside of the behaviors that we have learned over time, through our families, through our friends, through our experiences. So, research does show that authentic compassion and having boundaries actually activates those reward centers. We've talked about the prefrontal cortex before, and we just want to make sure that, as we do that, we know that we are getting what we need in order to be peaceful inside of ourselves and bring our best selves. The other thing is that kindness and peace are actually a form of public health. I went to school at George Washington University, a major institution with a really strong public health program. And we talked about these things during the program, that public health isn't just healthy drinking water, or prevention of transmittable diseases and those kind of things. Public health is as much about a mindset as it is about those activities. So when we build a community that is focused on peace, kindness, harmony, strong mental health, people with the ability to bring their best selves, we actually build a healthier community, and make the world better. So that's kind of my personal take, what I've learned throughout my life, and want to get into some more stuff in the show. We're going to still talk about those organizations. We're going to bring that business mindset to the show. It's really important to find that balance between the personal and the business. It's what makes us unique on Kindness Rising. So I do want to talk about organizations transforming themselves, moving away from outward aggressive conflict into productive and respectful conflict. I want to talk about the courage that it takes to have that kind of conflict, be okay with it, be able to resolve it, and be able to move forward with action. As I talked about before, this is really exciting to me because music is a major part of my life. It's a place that I go that's a healthy place for me to go to retreat to find inspiration and to find value in my life. So we're going to talk about that song at the end of the day that's related to peace. You may have some in your mind that we're going to talk about, but these are the songs throughout the week we're going to be talking about that really changed the world, that made a huge cultural difference in our world during times of conflict, during times of unrest and change. Music can be an anchor for the world and bring new thoughts and new ideas and open our minds. So I'm excited to get to that point. But of course, we're going to talk our kindness spotlight. Again, I'm excited to talk about our kindness spotlight today. The organization that I researched for this is really unique, and they have peace at the center of what they do. And as a matter of fact, it's in their name. They've been around for 30 plus years. They have impacted the world through leadership, through development of concepts and ideas, and opening eyes to perspectives. The name of this organization is Seeds of Peace. They develop courageous leaders. They're focused on youth and young adults who are coming into the world to help them to see how when they bring their best selves and they focus on understanding different perspectives, the world can become a better place. They've served over 8,000 people, young people, through summer camps and educational programs and other things, true leaders in the future. But it's not just here in North America, they've across 27 countries throughout the world, in places where you might not think this has been really focused. Think places like the Middle East, places like Africa, where conflict is constant. But this organization, Seeds of Peace, is really focused on developing the next generations of leaders in a way that brings those ideas of peace to the world. Their executive director is a woman named Ava Armour. She was appointed the executive director just past December, but she's been with the organization for 25 years. She started as a camper, basically in Maine, and brings that experience to the world, real world experience. She's been the director of multinational programs for other organizations in Israel and Palestine, which we know there's constant problems there and constant conflict built on generations and generations of misalignment of priorities and conflict over territory. Their approach really takes a three-step approach. It starts with dialogue. It's dialogue that shifts attitudes and perceptions about each other. They know that open communication, setting those boundaries, having respectful conversation, doing more listening than speaking, those kinds of concepts are what's going to bring our opportunities to come together and resolve those conflicts. They focus on leadership, um, you know, helping young people to understand the role that they play and the way that their attitudes and their behaviors impact the people that they lead. And then they take those alumni, people who graduate from their programs, and they're actually helping to place them throughout the world to impact challenging and conflict and perceptions throughout the world. They have over 40 programs going on throughout the world, over 40 people out there building peace building initiatives. It's not just 40 people, it's more than 40 people, but it's 40 programs that are peace building initiatives. They bring in guest speakers, Nobel laureate peace speakers. They have people. They develop TED talks for their people, and what's really important, I think, is they don't just talk amongst themselves. They've done over 3,000 programs for students and teachers throughout the world. And what that is that's that ripple effect of kindness that we talked about last week, right? So they learn, they grow, they have experiences, and they don't just keep them to themselves. They bring them out to the world. They educate people, and that's the ripple effect that eventually leads to more peace. They're working really hard right now under Ava's leadership to deepen the work that they're doing in the Middle East in helping to educate thousands of Israeli and Palestinian youth in families and schools and civic leaders. They're investing in peace. So what's really important is what we talked about before, the connection this organization believes in, what I was talking about before, which is peace is actually not the absence of conflict, but it's the presence of people who can have respectful conflict and see the world through others' eyes, to walk in each other's shoes, to try to understand through listening and open hearts for a better world. Ava's quoted as saying, dedicated to bridging divides through dialogue, and they're proving every day that another way is possible. So here's my call to action about Seeds of Peace. It's the same as all. Check it out. Check out seedsofpeace.org. Follow their work, share their stories, support their programs, and support local dialogue and peace building. That's really what we can all do. There's conflicts in communities all over, right here in the US, all over the North America. We know this, that there's tons of societal conflict happening right now, but the way through that is through open dialogue. It's not avoiding it, right? It's not getting aggressive about it. It's not posting anonymously and walking away from it. Rage baiting, we talked about that before too. So let's work together to really listen to each other and bring a more peaceful world. That's seedsofpeace.org. I hope you'll check them out. They're doing some really cool stuff out there in the world. We're going to move now into our kindness news. This is where we shift our focus from personal and world perspectives and nonprofits and charities into the business world. Um, and what we know is that peace is not just lip service. It's actually smart business. Everything that we talk about is about not, these aren't nice to haves, these are kind of must haves in order to really grow your organizations and lead people through change, the constant shifting, right? We live in a world, we're talking about in North America, particularly in the United States, where every 4 or 8 years, new uh, uh, new oh my gosh, the word is escaping my mind anyway, but things are constantly changing, right? uh, where the priorities are, where the money is being spent, all those things. New administration, that's the word I was looking for, administration, comes in and shifts and changes everything. So we have to work towards resolving conflict and being at peace within our organization in order to accept those constant external pressures from the world, and be able to be flexible. So peace, respectful conflict, it allows us to be flexible and uh, responsive, not reactive to the things that are changing in the world. But there's organizations out there in the world that are focused on this. There's one called the Peaceful Leadership Institute. This is an organization, again, similar to Seeds of Peace, but this is more focused on the business side. They're creating trust, openness, and psychological safety for businesses to be able to bring that to the local level. That what they have seen, and they've researched the organizations that they work with, they get better results, they get better outcomes by being better at listening and encouraging healthy, respectful conflict and dialogue. They improve satisfaction. They've reduced turnover in their organization. All the things that make businesses stronger. And again, this is connected back to science. It's just pleasing those reward centers in our brains, training ourselves to understand that we get better results, that we get better ourselves individually when we focus on peace. We become more resilient, right? So again, those external pressures, constant pressures in the world, require us to be strong, to be resilient, to be flexible, right? Not rigid in a way. I like to say that rigidity equals fragility, right? The harder we hold on to those beliefs, the more rigid we are about our behaviors, the more easily we can break. So we want to be a little bit flexible, listening, absorbing, and evolving over time, not through these dramatic swings that we see. And it's not soft management, right? People that, oh, kumbaya, these are hugs and that kind of thing. Sure, we want to bring some of that, but really it's smart management, because people who have those kind of characteristics are just going to be more dedicated, more creative, more open, more innovative, all the things that are going to make our businesses stronger. There's also a lot of work being done by executive coaches. We see a lot of this happening, especially as things have shifted. People are losing jobs. Uh, Technology is replacing workers. people need help in understanding what's going on in this new real world. So executive coaches are actually using trauma-based techniques because this is traumatic for people. These changes. So they really pay attention to those individual responses to to the world, to the things that are happening in the world, to try to create peaceful, more emotional, and more intelligent management styles, to be able to measure team improvements, to bring innovation. And research, again, this is business research. It's pretty basic. Peaceful leaders equal confident leaders. People who are at peace within themselves, who know their boundaries, who know their values, who are grounded in what they truly believe in and understand. Not rigid, again, not putting up walls. Boundaries do not equal walls, right? Boundaries equal the ability to stand up for yourself, to respectfully express your opinions, to share new ideas, those kinds of things. So peaceful leaders equal confident organizations, innovation, change, and growth. One business leader actually said, peace is really good for business, but business is really good for peace. I like that because there is the symbiotic relationship between what's going on in the world, being able to bring a peaceful world makes business stronger. And when we're strong in business and using those concepts, we make our world better ultimately. It's the same principles over and over again, right? Kindness equals peace, peace equals profitability. So we want to focus on techniques that bring peace. There are a lot out there. There's a lot of research out there. Just look up the Peaceful Leadership Institute. They have lots of ideas of how you can bring that to the table. There are lots of consultants and coaches and people out there in the world that can help you to help your organizations to be stronger and more peaceful. Time check. Time is flying here. So that's our kindness news on business. I hope that those leaders out there in the world, the business world that are watching, will think about how they can bring peace to their organizations and work to avoid conflict. We're going to move into our kindness call. This is where we challenge each other to get out there and actually act on these concepts. I am going to check into the comments as I do. I see there's some activity. I haven't been monitoring again because of my eyesight. So I got my glasses on. Of course, our friend Lady Drew and Adam Holroyd are here. Lady Drew says, true kindness is from one's heart, not made up words. So always be truthful. I love that. Yes, honesty is key in all of this. Being honest with ourselves, being honest with the world. Uh, Global, thanks Global. I know you're a fan of the Keith and Friends show, and thanks for joining me here. You're talking about churches. Yeah, churches are a wonderful place. Many of them are very focused on peace, and you're highlighting the idea of taking a moment to greet each other, whether that's through the sign of peace in traditional Christian services or other forms. Absolutely, greeting each other. And churches and other social gatherings too are a great place to greet each other and just say hello, and the conversations flow. And again, our conversations here on Kindness Rising are focused on the fact that we have one mouth and two ears. We do more listening than speaking, and we'll grow together. Over on the vertical, we have a new friend, Darkstar. Hey, Darkstar, are you a Grateful Dead fan? I bet you are. I hope you are, because I am. And we're going to talk a little bit about the Grateful Dead. Not today. That's not our kind song of the day, but maybe we will focus on a Grateful Dead song later in the week. Be driven. Thanks for joining us for a second here. You told me you're getting out of here. We got someone named Holly Saunders. Holly, thank you so much for joining us this morning. I'm really glad you've chosen to join us. Anybody else who's out there listening, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're going to bring Kindness Rising every morning, 7:30 a.m. Here on YouTube. You can find us on the @Kindness Rising channel. You can find us at the @Mornings in the Lab with Keith and Friends channel, excuse me, or you can find me at my own channel. My name is Matthew Roof, like roof on the house, and I hope you'll join me every day at 7:30 a.m. So thanks for everybody for joining in the comments. I really appreciate the participation and the engagement. So we're going to move on to that kindness call I talked about. Last week, we had a couple of challenges. We had people going out and thanking people who had an impact on their lives through gratitude. We had people watching out for kindness as a contagion, doing something kind, and then watching what happens in that ripple effect that we've talked about. It's really amazing when you open your mind to kindness and you see what's going out in the world. But today's challenge, we're going to focus on peace and actually connect it back to Friday's show of gratitude. So this is the Peace Through Gratitude Challenge. Very similar to what we talked about last time, which was finding one person and thanking them. This time I'm going to challenge you to find three people who can help bring you peace, right? Who have brought you peace in your life, people whose presence creates a sense of groundedness for you, safety and inner calm. We all have people like that in the world. The people that we interact with throughout our day can sometimes send us down the wrong path, but there are people in the world who create inner peace and calm for us. And I really want to have you out there focusing on those family members, those friends, those colleagues, people who really create that sense of groundedness. And at least reach out to one of those three. Think about all three. That's great. And reach out to all three. That'd be even better. But reach out to one of those people. And don't just say thank you. Don't just say thanks. That's a good start. But tell them exactly how their presence keeps you calm, right? Tell them how them being in your life makes you able to bring your better self through peace. That's really it. That's all you have to do. Get out there, think about three people, act on at least one, and tell them why their presence helps you feel calm. Acknowledge it. Encourage them to do more of it. That's the way that kindness grows and spreads through our ripple effect. So gratitude equals kindness. Kindness equals gratitude. Talked about that last week. And today we're going to go out there and we're going to practice it. So please, peace is something that we create, right? It doesn't just happen naturally. So get out there with purpose, with intent to really grow your peaceful interactions. Thank you so much. All right, time has gone by here. We're going to get to our song of the day, which is one thing I've been waiting for. I'm really excited to bring this to you. I hope you've been thinking about what song is out there, but probably the most iconic song of peace, really. It's probably not that unobvious to people. This is a song that's connected to all kinds of peace initiatives throughout the world through COVID-19. It started during the Vietnam War. It was a song that was written by John Lennon, and of course, it's Imagine. This is one of our cultural touchstones in the world. So many people lean on this in times of conflict and in times of inner turmoil. The Library of Congress actually recognized this as the most recognized peace anthem in the world, using brave action in moments during the Vietnam protests, during crisis response. The Olympics uses it, the pandemic. It really the song has brought unity to the world. So I am going to share, of course, as I always try to, a little video here that I think is a really cool version of this song. If I can get to it again. And I know we're running up on time. I may run a little long, but that's okay. I hope you'll stick with me. If you don't and you decide to go over and see Keith's show, that's okay too.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no country. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You might say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. Hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one.
Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You
may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one.
So thank you, everyone. I can't watch that song without getting chills, or listen to that song over the years. We've all gotten used to it. Thanks, everyone who's commented today. Lady Drew, Global, Holly Saunders, Dark Star, Be Driven. This is why we're here. We're here for this community. We're here to try to bring peace and kindness and spread that throughout the world. So thank you again, everyone. Whoops, I took myself off the stage. That's okay. Again, this is Kindness Rising, 7:30 a.m. every weekday. Join us here for more. Tomorrow we'll have another song of the day, and jump right into Mornings in the Lab with Keith and Friends at 8 o'clock. Keith's going to be bringing some more cultural references and ideas to his show, as we're doing across the entire Mornings in the Lab network every day. So again, thank you for joining Kindness Rising. And as I always say, stay uncommon and stay kind.